Welcome back to World Coins History. You've heard the saying, old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are worth more than you might imagine. Before you watch entire video and comment if you find one of these, who knows? Your next treasure could be hiding a fortune. Let's dive in. Top 1. Today we're diving deep into one of the most eye-catching, historically powerful, and surprisingly collectible coins released by the United States Mint in recent years. This is not just any quarter, it's the 2022 United States $quarter featuring the legendary Maya Angelou. If you're a coin collector, treasure hunter, or just someone who loves stories that live inside tiny pieces of metal, then stick around, because this coin is much more than 25 cents. Now imagine this for a second. You're flipping through your change and suddenly you spot a coin that not only honors one of the most inspiring women in American history but might also be worth far more than you expected. That's right, this isn't just a coin, it's a piece of modern history with value that reaches beyond its face, especially when rare variations and minting errors come into play. So make sure you watch till the very end, because I'm going to walk you through everything, from the story behind this stunning quarter, to the tips that can turn any ordinary coin collector into a smart and successful treasure finder. The Maya Angelou quarter was the first coin in the American Women Quarters program, and it created a storm the moment it was released. With her arms uplifted in a poetic pose and rays of light surrounding her, the reverse design captures both her elegance and the powerful spirit of her words. Maya Angelou was not just a poet, she was a voice for generations, a symbol of courage, dignity, and progress. And now her legacy is carried in the palms of our hands, through this beautiful coin minted in the year 2022. But what really gets collectors and numismatists buzzing is not just the beauty or symbolism of this coin, it's the rarity, the errors, and those slight imperfections that can suddenly turn an everyday quarter into a prized possession. Yes, you heard that right. There are specific minting errors that make some of these Maya Angelou quarters extremely rare and highly desirable in the collector's world. Some of these errors include die cracks, double die obverse, and misaligned strikes which occur during the minting process and are never meant to be released to the public. And if you manage to get your hands on one of those error quarters, congratulations, you might just be holding a coin worth many times its original value. In fact, collectors have been actively hunting for versions of this quarter with visible doubling on the inscriptions, especially around the word liberty or the motto, "In God We Trust," which appears on the obverse side with George Washington's portrait. These double die errors are not always easy to spot, but they can make a huge difference in the coin's overall worth. Another thing collectors look for is the mint mark. These coins were produced at different mints across the United States, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The San Francisco Mint, especially, is known for producing lower quantities, which means coins from that facility can be more scarce. If you find one with the S mint mark and it happens to be a proof coin or has a known error, it's definitely a keeper. Now let's talk about the condition. If your Maya Angelou quarter is in pristine, uncirculated condition, it has a much better chance of increasing in value over time. A coin in mint state with full details, strong luster, and no signs of wear will always be more valuable to collectors. Some top-grade versions of these quarters have already been graded by professional services and listed in online auctions with serious price tags attached, and here's something many collectors don't even realize: these coins are still relatively new, which means this is the perfect time to hunt them down, because many people haven't even started checking their change yet. The longer you wait, the more of these error coins will end up locked away in private collections or sold for high premiums. So stay alert, check your quarters, and remember, rarity is only part of the equation, condition and timing are everything too. For collectors out there, here's a powerful tip: start organizing your 2022 quarters by mint mark and check them under proper lighting and magnification. Don't overlook even the smallest detail. If something looks slightly off, whether it's doubling, fading, or a strange line or crack, that could be your golden ticket. Also, consider getting your coin graded by a reputable third-party service like PCGS or NGC if you believe it has an error or is in top condition. A certified grade can dramatically increase your coin's value in the collector's market, and don't just stop at one. Keep a log of what you find, talk to fellow collectors, share information online, and stay up to date with mint announcements. You'll be surprised how quickly a small hobby can turn into a thrilling passion, and maybe even a profitable one. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and every new coin in your hand could be hiding a secret waiting to be discovered. Let's not forget that this coin isn't just about value, it's also about legacy. To hold a Maya Angelou quarter is to hold a reminder of her powerful words and the impact she made on the world. That emotional and historical value adds something special to this coin that money simply can't measure. For those who collect not just for profit, but for meaning, this quarter is a treasure in every sense. So what's the original market value of this coin? Well, like all standard quarters, it was released at 25 cents. Yes, just $1/4. But with the right error, pristine condition, or low mintage variety, it can sell for far more, sometimes reaching tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on the type and rarity of the error. But remember, it all starts with checking your change and knowing what to look for. Collectors, this is your time. The Maya Angelou quarter is more than just a piece of metal, it's a movement, a moment in time, a spark of history you can hold. With its unique design, symbolic meaning, and growing demand in the collector's world, this coin is already proving to be one of the most talked about and hunted coins of the decade. Keep your eyes open, keep your coins safe, and never underestimate the thrill of discovery. Who knows? The next coin in your pocket might just be a hidden gem waiting to change your collection forever. Top 2, we're diving into a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but holds a world of excitement for collectors and coin lovers everywhere. Yes, we're talking about the 1981 United States of America $1/4. You might think it's just pocket change, but if you know what to look for, this coin can surprise you in the best way possible. From hidden mint errors to special varieties, this quarter is more than just metal, it's a piece of American coinage history that could be hiding in your very own collection. Hold on tight because I'm going to reveal some of the most thrilling facts and rare secrets about the 1981 quarter that can make it a true treasure. This isn't just a talk about coins, this is a journey into the hidden world of numismatics where every detail matters and every small mark could be worth way more than you expect. So if you're a coin hunter, a collector, or even just curious about what's in your pocket right now, don't blink and don't skip a second because we're uncovering the value, the rarity, and the collector's magic behind the 1981 quarter. The 1981 quarter features the powerful image of George Washington on the obverse side, a design that has become iconic in American currency since 1932. But what makes the 1981 version stand out isn't just the design, it's the errors and mint-specific traits that have turned this seemingly regular coin into a prized collectible for those who know what to look for. Now here's where things get really interesting, because there are certain 1981 quarters that left the mint with very rare mistakes. These errors aren't your everyday scratches or wear from circulation, they're actual production flaws from the minting process that increase a coin's value dramatically. Double die errors, off-center strikes, die breaks, filled mint marks, these are just a few examples of what transforms an average quarter into something special. These kinds of errors are limited in number and collectors are constantly searching for them because they don't just tell the story of the coin, they tell the story of how it was made. One of the most talked about finds among collectors is the 1981 quarter with a double die obverse. This means parts of the front design were struck twice ever so slightly off, creating a visible doubling in words like liberty or in God we trust. Another rare error is the off-center strike, where the design is printed off the edge, leaving part of the coin blank or misaligned. These are not only rare but also visually stunning, making them incredibly popular among seasoned coin enthusiasts. There's also high collector interest in the filled mint mark error from 1981. Sometimes, during the production process, grease or debris can fill in the mint mark on the die, making it appear faint or even invisible on the finished coin. These small details are often overlooked by casual collectors, but for trained eyes, they're a sign of rarity and potential value. And let's not forget about the condition. A 1981 quarter in mint state condition, meaning it shows no wear and still has that brilliant original luster, can be incredibly valuable to collectors. Coins that have been graded by trusted services like PCGS or NGC and received high ratings, especially MS65 and above, are in serious demand. If your 1981 quarter has sharp detail, strong edges, and a shiny surface, it's worth holding onto and possibly even submitting for grading. For any collector out there, this is the time to start checking your collection more closely. Look through your coin jars, drawers, and albums. You never know when you might come across a 1981 quarter that others overlooked. And if you find one with a clear error or in flawless condition, you might just have a hidden gem in your hands. Here's a smart tip: if you're building a collection of 1980s quarters, make sure to organize them by mint mark. In 1981, these quarters were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The San Francisco quarters, marked with an S, were usually produced as proofs and are known for their mirror-like shine and sharp detail. If you ever find one in circulation, that's a big deal because they weren't meant for everyday use. And when it comes to Philadelphia and Denver, the quality of strike and presence of any mint errors can affect the value significantly. Also, take the time to study your coins under good lighting or with a magnifier. A small detail that may not catch your eye right away, like an extra line, a faded mark, or a slight doubling, could be the very thing that sets your coin apart from the rest. Build a habit of comparing your quarters to known varieties online and stay in touch with the coin community. Collecting is not just about luck, it's about passion, patience, and knowledge. Now let's answer the big question: what is the original market value of the 1981 United States quarter dollar? The official value when it was released, like all standard quarters, was 25 cents. Yes, just a quarter. But in the collector's world, depending on rarity, grade, and condition, some examples of this coin, especially with rare errors, can be worth much more. Collectors are always looking for that one coin that others missed. That one coin that holds a secret detail, an error that slipped through the mint, or a sparkle that sets it apart from all others. The 1981 quarter holds that kind of potential. It's one of those coins that quietly sits in your hand but carries the possibility of great worth and excitement for those who take the time to understand it. So whether you're just starting your coin journey or you're already knee-deep in rolls of change, let this be a reminder: great discoveries don't always shout. Sometimes, they whisper in the form of a small quarter minted in 1981 waiting to be found by someone who knows where to look. Make sure you take the time to examine your coins carefully and treasure each one for what it could be, not just what it seems at first glance. Because in the world of coin collecting, it's not just about money, it's about the history, the hunt, and the joy of the find. Top 3. We're diving deep into the 1977 United States of America quarter dollar, a coin that's not just currency but a collector's delight for those who know where to look and what to look for. Now I want you to imagine this clearly: you're flipping through some old coins, maybe sorting through a family jar or checking your change after a store run, and suddenly you stop on a 1977 quarter. At first glance, it's just another coin with George Washington's proud profile on the front, but take a closer look, and you'll find a world of potential hidden beneath its surface. Today we're uncovering what makes this coin rare, what types of errors to search for, and why collectors across the country are keeping their eyes open for this classic quarter. The 1977 quarter holds a special place in numismatic circles because it was minted in an era when subtle variations and minting inconsistencies could lead to rare and valuable errors. These are the kinds of errors that were never meant to exist but somehow made it through the minting process and into the hands of the public. That's what makes them so thrilling to find. They're unexpected, unintentional, and incredibly collectible. One of the most highly sought-after traits in a 1977 quarter is the presence of a double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, but not perfectly aligned, creating a visible doubling in the text or design. If you ever find a 1977 quarter with doubling around the words Liberty or In God We Trust, you could be holding a hidden treasure that collectors would absolutely love to get their hands on. Another incredible feature to look for is off-center striking. This is where the coin design is misaligned, and part of the coin appears blank or uneven. The more dramatic the shift, the more unique and desirable the coin becomes. Collectors love these off-center errors because they are visually striking and clearly show that something unusual happened during the minting process. And let's talk about die cracks and die breaks. These appear as small raised lines across the coin's surface and are caused by worn or damaged dies during production. On the 1977 quarter, any signs of these flaws can turn your coin into a collector's favorite because no two cracked dies leave exactly the same mark. That means each coin is one of a kind in its own way. Also keep an eye out for quarters with filled mint marks. This happens when grease or debris clogs the area of the die where the mint mark should appear, causing it to look faded or missing completely. A missing or faint D or no visible mint mark at all can add extra mystery and value to your coin, especially when it's tied to a specific mint location like Denver or Philadelphia. Condition is key too. A 1977 quarter in mint state condition, meaning it looks nearly flawless with full luster and no signs of wear, is what every serious collector dreams of finding. These high-grade coins are rare because most 1977 quarters have been in circulation for decades and show heavy signs of use. If you find one that looks fresh and shiny, you may be looking at something worth holding onto with care. Now here's an important collector tip: don't overlook those proof coins. In 1977, the San Francisco Mint also produced special proof versions of the quarter, which were meant for collectors and never intended for circulation. These coins have an incredible mirror-like surface and very sharp details. If one somehow made it into everyday use, that's a huge find. A proof coin from 1977 is like discovering a lost gem from a royal collection. Take your time when going through your change and organize your finds by mint mark and visual traits. Use a magnifying lens and study the fine details of each 1977 quarter. Check for doubling, examine the edges, observe any inconsistencies or unique textures, because even the smallest detail could make a huge difference in value. Start documenting what you find and stay connected with the collector community online. You'll find that learning from others and sharing your discoveries adds a whole new level of excitement to coin collecting. It's not just about luck, it's about sharpening your eye and developing the knowledge to recognize something special when it shows up right in front of you. The 1977 quarter dollar is more than just a coin, it's a gateway into a fascinating world of American minting history. It reminds us that something as small as a quarter can carry the weight of stories, craftsmanship, and hidden surprises that are waiting to be uncovered by passionate collectors like you. This is your chance to become a treasure hunter in your own home, and this coin is proof that history can still be found in the palm of your hand. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or a beginner just getting started, the 1977 quarter gives you something exciting to chase, a coin that brings together beauty, mystery, and value in one incredible piece. So what was the original market value of the 1977 United States quarter dollar? Just 25 cents. That's right, only one quarter dollar. But its true worth can be so much more, especially if it carries a rare mint error, proof shine, or a perfect mint state finish. Let this be your reminder that treasure isn't always buried underground or locked in a vault. It might be sitting right in your change jar right now waiting to be discovered. So keep looking, keep learning, and most of all, enjoy the journey because every coin has a secret and every collector has a chance to unlock it. Top 4. Imagine this for a second. You're going through your change, maybe just checking a few coins before tossing them in a jar, and suddenly your fingers land on a coin that looks like any other quarter, but it's not. What if I told you that the 1979 United States quarter dollar could be hiding something truly special? A rare detail, an error, a hidden value that could turn an ordinary piece of metal into a prized collectible. That's exactly what we're diving into today, and trust me, you don't want to miss a second of this thrilling story. The 1979 quarter might seem like just another coin, but for collectors, it's a coin full of mystery, opportunity, and potential worth far beyond what it says on its face. This video is going to take you into the world of the 1979 Washington quarter, its history, the rare errors that make it valuable, and how you can identify one of these coins in your own collection. If you're a coin lover, a new collector, or just someone who loves the idea of finding treasure in everyday places, this is for you. Let's begin with what makes this coin so exciting. The 1979 quarter features the classic bust of George Washington on the front, with the bold word Liberty above his head and "In God We Trust" to the left. Flip it over and you'll find the iconic American eagle, wings spread wide with strength and symbolism that never fades. But what really makes this coin stand out isn't the artwork, it's the rare errors and unique minting quirks that sometimes made it past inspection and into public hands. Now pay close attention, because these small mistakes are exactly what collectors dream of finding. One of the most sought-after features on the 1979 quarter is the double die error. This is when part of the coin's design is accidentally struck twice by the minting die, creating a doubled image that's clearly visible with the naked eye or under slight magnification. If you see doubling in the words Liberty or the date 1979, especially the numbers or letters looking thick or shadowed, don't let that coin go. There are also off-center strikes from 1979 that made it out of the mint. These quarters were struck slightly off from the center, which means part of the design may appear cut off or unbalanced. This kind of flaw makes every coin unique, and collectors go crazy for them. The more dramatic the off-center appearance, the more valuable it becomes. Die cracks and cuts are another thrilling error that makes a coin collectible. These show up as raised lines or blobs on the coin, caused by damage or breaks in the die that was used to strike the coin. If your 1979 quarter has one of these marks, it means it's part of a limited number that were affected by this flaw, and that makes it incredibly attractive to serious collectors. Another thing to check for is the mint mark. The 1979 quarter was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these locations adds a layer of rarity and history to the coin. Quarters from the San Francisco mint, marked with an S, were produced mostly for proof sets and are beautifully detailed with a mirror-like finish. If you happen to find a proof quarter from 1979 in your pocket change, that's a huge win because these were not meant for everyday use. Collectors especially keep an eye out for filled or missing mint marks from this year. Sometimes dirt or grease in the minting press caused the mint mark to appear faint or completely missing. That small error adds significant value because it shows that the coin was part of a rare, unintentional variation during production. If you want to start checking your own quarters for value, here's a quick tip: always use a magnifier and good lighting when inspecting your coins. It's amazing how many small details can go unnoticed with the naked eye. Look carefully at the lettering, the date, and around the mint mark for signs of doubling or other unusual textures. Also remember that condition matters a lot. A coin that's shiny, has no scratches or dents, and still holds that strong original detail is considered mint state, and mint state coins from 1979 are in very high demand. If your coin looks crisp and clean, that's the kind of piece collectors are always looking to add to their collections. If you believe you have something special, consider having your coin graded by a reputable service. A professional grade can help lock in the value of your coin and make it easier to sell or trade later on. The higher the grade, the higher the potential value and interest from other collectors. And here's another valuable tip: keep your coins safe and organized. Get a coin album, label your coins by year and mint mark, and track any unusual finds. Over time, you'll build a collection not just with value, but with stories and moments that make every coin feel personal and priceless. So what was the original market value of the 1979 United States quarter dollar? Just 25 cents. That's right, only a quarter. But to a collector, a 1979 quarter with an error or in brilliant condition can be worth much more than that today. This coin is not just about face value, it's about the thrill of discovery, the beauty of minting history, and the excitement of the hunt. Every time you hold a 1979 quarter, remember that you might just be holding a hidden gem waiting to be recognized. Top 5. What if I told you that there's a coin sitting in drawers across America that could be worth far more than it looks like? A coin that holds a powerful turning point in U.S. minting history, a coin that looks simple but could carry rare secrets waiting to be discovered. Yes, I'm talking about the 1965 United States of America quarter dollar, and if you're even a little curious about coin collecting or rare finds, then this is a video you don't want to miss. This quarter may seem like any other you've handled, but 1965 was a game-changing year in U.S. coin production. It was the first year the mint transitioned from 90% silver coins to copper-nickel-clad coins. That shift alone makes this coin special, but what's even more thrilling is the fact that during this changeover, a few rare errors slipped through the cracks, and these rare error coins are now some of the most hunted and talked about coins among collectors today. Just imagine finding a 1965 quarter that was accidentally struck on a silver planchet from the previous year. That's right, Some 1965 quarters were mistakenly made using leftover silver blanks from 1964, and if you happen to spot one, it could be worth way more than anyone might guess from a glance. These silver transitional errors are extremely valuable and have been sold for hundreds and even thousands depending on the condition and weight of the coin. You can test for one of these by doing a quick weight check. Silver quarters weigh more than clad ones. If you find a 1965 quarter that weighs close to 6.25 grams instead of the standard 5.67 grams, you might just have a silver rarity in your hands. But that's not the only error you should keep an eye out for. Another fascinating error from this year is the double die obverse. That means the front of the coin was struck twice by the minting die, creating a shadow-like doubling in the letters or numbers. Look closely at the word liberty or the phrase "In God we trust." Any thickening, doubling, or unusual spacing could mean you've got something incredibly rare and valuable. Collectors also love looking for off-center strikes, where the design is visibly misaligned, or quarters struck on the wrong planchet altogether, such as a dime blank. That creates a smaller, thinner quarter that looks completely off and grabs the attention of collectors instantly. Every one of these minting mistakes tells a story, and these stories are what make coin collecting so addicting and rewarding. And let's not forget condition. A 1965 quarter in mint state condition, with sharp edges, strong luster, and no visible signs of wear, is already rare because most coins from this year have been heavily circulated. If you come across a quarter from 1965 that still shines like new, that coin has serious value potential in the collector market. If you're serious about collecting, here's an important tip: always inspect your 1965 quarters under good lighting and with a magnifying lens. Look closely at every detail and compare with certified images of known errors. Organize your coins by year, weight, and mint mark if available, even though 1965 quarters technically don't carry mint marks due to the mint's decision that year to stop using them temporarily, which makes identifying location-specific errors even more exciting. Another tip: build connections with other collectors and stay active in the coin community. You'll learn what's trending, what to look for, and which types of coins are being bought and sold for top prices. Even a coin as common as the 1965 quarter can become a highlight in your collection if it has that one rare feature others missed. The 1965 quarter dollar is a coin every collector should look out for, not just because it marked the end of the silver era, but because it carries the kind of minting mystery that makes this hobby so thrilling. Every time you find a 1965 quarter, ask yourself, could this be the one? Could this be the silver planchet? Could this be a double die or a wrong planchet strike? So what was the original market value of the 1965 United States quarter dollar? Just 25 cents. But today, with the right error or condition, that same coin can be worth far more than face value. This is your sign to start looking through your change more carefully. Because buried in the most unexpected places could be a piece of minting history worth cherishing, or even cashing in. So stay excited, stay curious, and most importantly, keep hunting. If you enjoyed this video and want more exciting coin stories just like this one, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. The world of coins is full of surprises and we're just getting started. Keep your eyes open and your quarters close. You never know which one will be the key to your next big discovery.